Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jojo Brim. You're checking out ShayStar.com. Peace.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Shay Star, the CEO of ShayStar.com. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. And you already know if I'm in front of the camera, obviously whoever is with me is definitely worthy of my presence. So today I have the pleasure to sit down with Mr. Jojo Brim. How are you?
I'm great. How
are you? Great? Oh my God!
I'm grateful.
We're here.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah,
you are like the hardest person in the world to get up with.
So I hear.
I thought Barack Obama was hard. At least he has like Twitter and he tweets.
Yeah. I called Barack. I told him to fall back on the Twitter right now.
No, it just wasn't.
Accessible.
Yeah. You know, all the kills the mysterious
and
the mystique, that whole thing. So, you know, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it.
Sure.
Who are you?
I'm a responsible, authentic, and powerful leader. Father for humble servant and just overall grateful person.
Wow. So what was it about the entertainment business that attracted you to go ahead and go full throttle with it?
I loved music from the time I was a kid, right? Probably like most kids. But I also looked at, I grew up in Mount Vernon in the 80s. So during that time, I played baseball and I started DJing. And I watched Heavy D, who grew up in, obviously from my town. And I was like, wow, I could do that. And probably like most kids at some point, you know, I can be an artist or I can be and then I really was like, yo, I really, I can do this. And I just committed myself to getting a record deal. And I was probably 16 to 17 when I really was like figuring out how to make an album, what my rap was like, because I started as a rapper.
You were a rapper?
I was a rapper.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got a record deal. And it was just for me, it was the connection. Like when I peel back all the layers, it was how music and being an entertainer and being in this business connected to people and how it affected people. And I think inside, that's what the pull was. Music, entertainment changes lives. I think that's probably what the pull was, growing up in that town and watching someone like Heavy D get on, and then Albie Shore was my best friend, and all these people. I was like, oh, I absolutely can do it.
Wow, so it was just like all around you.
Yeah, it was all around me and it was within me. You know, in a way that was more than just, you know, I just need to get a record deal. You know, it was something, the connection was deeper than that.
So at what point did you say, all right, I'm done with the entertainment portion, and you wanted to actually get into the business aspect of entertainment?
The business part was always part of my, what I came with. I was the one in the group that was calling the managers, you know, different artists. I was one in the group booking the studio time. I was one in the group. I was doing all of that. So that part was kind of generating itself, right? And so, you know, I got dropped as an artist. I was whack.
You got dropped.
I got dropped. I put it right. I tell people we went from Soul Train to the A Train because we was on Soul Train. Wow. The name of my group was FS Effect, and we got dropped. And I was like, yo, like, and I realized getting dropped, like, I didn't deep down inside, you know, wanting to connect and wanting to be an artist. It took something that I didn't necessarily have, and I think that's kind of how the universe works, right? It's like if we're not really connected at our core to something as a human being, then we can generate things and we can bring things into our lives, but it won't last. It won't stick because really at the core, it's not really who we are. We're not really connected in a way that is authentic and honest, and I wasn't, right? I probably wanted to get girls, right? That's like, it's a good way, right? It's
girls and money.
Girls and money, and I'm like, cool, you know, but I sucked as a rapper. So but I created the experience.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, it's horrible.
How many of y'all rappers out there can actually say that I'm whack?
Yeah, no, you know, so. And then from there, I started producing, which I was always good at.
So hold up, we done went from DJing to rapping to producing.
Yeah.
Now I gotta call you out on this. I think you were the one who said, how can you be producing a record and writing lyrics at the same time? How does that work?
Because when you, as a person who, there are very few people in this industry that have the ability to, when it comes to being creative, to write and produce and do it with a clear mind.
Right.
You know, and for me, I was just really, I've always been a writer, and I always knew how to put things together. So a lot of the stuff that I was producing started from being rap songs or rap lyrics. So I would have a hook or a line, and I would just turn it into a song and get a singer, and then I would program the beat to the rhythm that I wanted in my mind to have somebody play the keys. And I did that, and that's how I really started to get my name, because I started to people started to go, oh, okay, I like this track. And Andre Harrell, he always says he paid for my education in the music industry, but he gave me my first check as a producer. Right. So that's when I realized I got that, because producing is inspiring too. I mean, great producing. It's being with an artist in a way that taps into something that they may or may not have tapped into. And being one-on-one with people is always a strength that I've had.
Definitely.
So being able to produce and sit with somebody and get them to connect with a song or connect with an idea, that was inspirational. And that's more of who I truly am. So it worked versus being an artist, right?
Gotcha.
So I think that's why I became, and I was, I always tell people I never had as a producer big hit records, but I was always on albums. I always knew how to put stuff together, and it worked. That was probably the biggest shift in my career.
Okay, so you talk about a lot of inspirations. So who exactly could you pinpoint, you can say, inspired you to go down the road that you've gone down thus far? It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a situation, a thing.
Oh, man. My grandmother was very, God bless her soul, she was very inspirational. My grandmother's probably the biggest inspiration. I'm actually just thinking about this right now, literally.
Wow.
Yeah. She was a church star. So she would go to 4 or 5 churches in Harlem every Sunday, sometimes during the week, and have a space parked in front of her. A car, parking spot, and she was an evangelist. She was also an Eastern Star, and she was a church star. And she would sing and preach, and that's exactly what she was. And my life has actually started to mirror that.
Your grandmother's life? As
I think about this now, because to inspire people is important to me. To be peaceful, to loving, and to connect, that's important to me. Spirituality, important to me. And all of that inside the context of entertainment is important. So probably my grandmother.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
Grandma. Shout out to grandma. You usually hear people throw out their mentors or people that they've worked with, but to bring it right back home to grandma, that's how you know it's real. Yeah. Definitely real. No
one's ever asked me that.
Wow. Yay, 2 points for me.
So it was good.
Exclusively on ShayStar.com.